Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Pocket Chains, the world's number one not listened to or watched podcast about reselling in the world. Number one not listened to or watched. I'm joined with my co-host Joel. Joel, how's it going?
It is going great. I can tell you folks, I'm just going to tell you right now, I have experienced, I think you guys can finally hear the trashy Amazon chair. Because with these earbuds in, I can watch the sound bar move every time I do this.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. So you can hear it. I told you this chair was crappy. I got to get a new chair, folks. So I need a really good month on eBay, and maybe I can get me a
I ain't got chair money. I ain't got no chair money.
Yeah, I don't have chair money. But it is good to see you. Yes, we are the weirdest non-watched. I don't know why. And we were just talking about our stats, folks. And for some reason, a couple weeks ago, we got 150 views, and then we got like no views. And then I don't know. We hope you guys enjoy listening to us every time we do this. And we try to make sure that we're giving you some information to use to take back to your, I don't know, on with the show, roll the clip.
Where the stories are weird and the profits are strange. We win some, lose some, it's all fair play. Come right.
All right, Pocket Chains. Bam.
Definitely the original pocket change. The original old geezers talking about how you can take a small fortune, the two old geezers telling you how you can take a large fortune and make a small fortune by buying stuff and selling it on eBay.
Show you how to waste money. I spent that whole day today going through my garage. I'm like, all right, scanning this. And then I why even bother? I should just throw the stuff out, right? If I'm not going to sell on eBay. But I'm going to go. My wife went through her closet. She's got 11 bags of clothes. I'm like, she's like, I'm going to donate them. I'm like, no, I'm going to sell on eBay. She's like, I'm over eBay. I'm donating. She's like, you're just going to end up taking pictures of them and putting them back in my closet. I'm like, yeah, well, true. I'll take them to the flea market and just sell them for $1 a piece. See if we sell them yet. So I've got, I'm just going to go to the flea market and just say $1.
I might just do my wife's laundry. I'll just take the pictures, and then she hangs it up. And then if any of it sells, I'll just go get it. She'll be like, "Have you seen my black such and such top?" No, I hadn't seen it at all. Nah, folks, I've got enough clothes. I do take pictures of clothes. I sell a lot of clothes, believe it or not. It's not something I wanted to get into, but it actually sells. Now, again, I'm going to tell you. You got to start moving to the $20. We keep saying that every podcast, and I'm just trying to harp on it. But I had a sell this week, and we'll get into it here in just a minute. Another low dollar, and it was fine. It's just it sucks not making any money. Like he was saying, if I'm not gonna list it,
right,
I might as well get rid of it. I might as well quit. But the other thing too is if I'm not gonna make any money, it's harder to want to spend my evenings or my extra time doing this. So you got to get to that $20. So clothes, you have to start. Don't do what I did. I took everything I could get. If it's free, it's for me, right? And I can put it on eBay. Here's the catch to that. A lot of it is $5, $10 items. And we've talked about it. Anything below $10, it just ain't worth listing anymore. It's hard to compete. It's hard to compete when I'm selling, and I'm just going to throw this out there, a Walmart brand at $6.99 on eBay, and they can go buy it for $10.99, $12.99 at Walmart. Yes, I'm 50% off, but me and every other seller is too.
Then the shipping makes it the same price.
And then so it's the same price, so they don't buy it, or if they do buy it, then I end up not making any money because by the time you get them a discount, pay fees, it's like we talked about. So we got to start $20 items. That's where you got to start doing it. Now I'm still trying to get rid of my inventory, but I may end up doing what Ben's has done. Just saying, look, I'm just going to take it somewhere and get rid of it. Sell it for $1, sell it for $2, put it in a $5 box. So my wife and I are actually talking about
There you
holding a
go.
yard sale here, probably later this month, the 1st of June, to do that. And she's talking about doing that. Actually, the same thing you're talking about, like going through the house, going, okay, this is a $5, this is $3. And I'm thinking about doing that with a lot of stuff that I've got had on eBay that's $5 and it's not sold.
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to include my sockets.
Yeah.
So if you're watching local, I am not selling those like that. But anyway, I did get ripped off on one of those. Did I tell you? So I sold it, right? And I don't know how this happened, but somehow it got listed free shipping. Yeah, so it was like a $6.99 socket. It cost me like $5 something to ship it. And I was like, how did this get listed as free shipping? I was like, but I'm not gonna take the chance on it. So I sold it. I lost money on it because by the time the fees were paid and I paid the shipping, it literally was negative something on the screen. I was like, oh, great.
That's why you got. You know what? That's why you gotta have $20.
It's my mistake.
If it had been $20, you still would have made something. Yeah.
I still would have been okay. Yeah, and I don't know how that got listed free shipping, but it did. It's my fault there again.
I was listening to another podcast this
I've
week,
talked enough for a little bit.
They're moving their minimum to $15, right? Everybody's. It's the same thing. It's these $5 items, and then you have $5 minimum shipping. It's just getting crazy. By the time you paid it, it's just too much. So I think 20. And the one guy in there is like, I'm going to 35. Like, if he goes out and he can't make, he's going to $15 profit. So if he can't sell it for what he bought it for and make $15 in profit, he's not doing it. So that's an idea to look at too, right? Maybe it's not $20. Maybe it's not $15 a bad profit. So if you can get it for $1 and 17, but $20 is, I think, my sweet spot. That's where I want to get to. So we'll see.
I think you and I we're very math oriented, and we always have been. And I think looking at, and again, folks, $20 may be right for us. It may not be right for you. You need to look. Just hear me out. Okay, so if you live somewhere like California, that's on the West Coast. That $20 item may not be beneficial for you with fees and shipping and all that. You got to look at where you're at, figure out where you're comfortable at, and where your price making point is at. And then you got to look what you're buying the items for too. It's key. You make your money when you buy the item, not when you
buy it for a quarter and it sells for $5.
It's actually when you buy it.
Then you're not making any money.
Nope. I mean, that's the thing. How was your week, though? You still on vacation? You sell anything? What happened?
I was on vacation until Monday. I think I came off. I'm back on vacation now because I'm going on vacation. So I sold 4 belt buckles and a DVD. That's what I sold all week. Yeah. So
wow. Okay.
But I was on vacation.
But still. Yeah. Speaking of vacation, folks, guess what I need to do while we're in here today? I need to put myself on vacation.
So the one thing at work, there's a guy that works there, and I was telling him what I do as my hobby, and then he's like, hey, man, I got all these old, he used to collect hubcaps. You think they would sell? And we looked them up, and actually there are some hubcaps that sell on, man, you are blurry, real blurry. Maybe that's why nobody watches. What are you doing with your camera?
I see. I don't look blurry to me.
Well, maybe it's fine when in the post.
Sitting there after, I was just going like, what are you talking about? Click back over. I'm like, I'm not blurry to me. Which might be my glasses.
Yeah, maybe I need glasses.
My glasses are fixing the blurriness.
That's awesome. It's going beyond sight to the next realm of reality. You got real blurry, but now you're back to normal. So he was like, yeah, hubcaps. So hubcaps seem to sell. I didn't know anything about hubcaps, but there's,
See, I don't either. I know nothing about hubcaps.
Very niche, right? So then he's like, okay. And then he started.
That's what I would think.
Yeah,
I would
started
think
an eBay account. And he's on his phone. He's like, "Yeah, because I was telling him about the AI lister I have on." He's like, "I don't know why you use that because I just take a picture and eBay does all that for me." I'm like, "No. Yeah, he just started a new account, brand new account. He takes a picture. It says, take front, the back. This. It tells him like 4 different pictures to take for the hubcaps, and then it from those pictures, it writes his whole freaking. It makes the whole listing, and I'm like, what? And then I went into my store to try to figure it out, and I read an article. It says as of early 2026, eBay has rolled out advanced AI listing tools to all accounts. I don't see them.
I don't either. I don't have that. And it may not be all accounts. It may be that they're phasing it in.
I think every account, depending on when it started, it interacts with eBay differently because it's layers on layers on layers, right? So I don't have that. And then, they have the magic listing tool would generate backgrounds. Also, image-based listing. Upload a photo allows the AI to populate the title, the category, and all items specifics. And that's what his is doing. And I'm not.
Now, is he doing an app on his phone, or is he doing it through? Maybe it's something through the phone. Because remember, may have to get rid of it and re-download it, because you have to do that sometimes too. I know that we used to, when AI first started with eBay, where they would write your category, write your description. We would take the picture. There was no AI on the phone app. So you take the picture, you go back, have it write the description, or you'd set it up somehow, and then you load your pictures in, and then you go back, and you had to go back and forth between the computer and the phone. You couldn't do it all unless you wanted to do it all, do it manually. So I don't know. It might be something looking into, getting rid of the app on your phone, completely deleting it, and re-downloading from the App Store. But that's definitely something, and you and I did find some news on that as well.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. It says that they did it. It says that you downloaded it to everybody, but it doesn't make any sense. The tools are designated to reduce spend time inputting up by 50%. Sellers can access the feature at their seller hub. Maybe we should
look into that and see.
Yeah. Listing overview. Create great listings. Yeah, you start going there. No, write a title that pops. It's telling you it's telling me create a listing, write a title that pops, use eye-opening catching photos and videos. It doesn't say anything about. And when I click into this, because I think I'm interacting my own way. I think everybody's experience with eBay is not consistently the same, which is weird, but it's definitely not. It is definitely not.
But that is a possibility.
He just started an account, and he can take pictures, and it writes his whole eBay everything by eBay. Now I don't know if it's good or not. I just know it's doing it.
It doesn't matter if it's good. See, there's another thing, folks, that we have discovered. It doesn't really matter. I wrote all these pretty beautiful, had AI help me write all these pretty beautiful descriptions and everything. And what Benz and I found out when going and comparing against all the listers, it doesn't matter how pretty it is. It doesn't matter how flowery the description is. What it matters is whether the AI search algorithm can find it. I don't know
that it's good for the AI search. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
But if it's coming from eBay, it sounds to me like it would be.
But is it good for jumping out to Google or going on Alta Vista or?
I don't know, and I question that too. So here's something, folks. Here, so put this in your ear. You really want to hear this. I don't know. Benz and I know. We know, but we don't know. So let me follow this out. Follow my ADHD train of thought here. We know there are buyers who are searching for items who are directed to eBay by Google. And they go and they create accounts and they buy the item. What we do not know is what percentage of the average eBay sellers, not us, but the average eBay seller is actually coming from Google search or from eBay search. There's my big thing. I would like to know that before I start paying money, because there's another thing that you can pay money for. eBay will let you do it. Where eBay says, if you pay this extra money here, we will advertise you and push you out through our SEO with Google, through our stuff with all our social media stuff.
I don't think being a one-off seller like we are
or not.
That would ever be worth it. Because you get a pay-per-click. Now, if you were selling something that you were producing and it cost you a nickel and you were selling it for $20 or something like that, like, you had 1 million of them, pay-per-click might work, where you might have 20 people click at 20 cents a piece and then sell one. I still don't see where pay-per-click makes sense for eBay in any way, shape, or form. Yeah.
Well, if you're a niche seller, it might work for you too. If you were just selling belt buckles, that might work because you're a belt buckle sales retail, or you're retail established through online. You're not brick and mortar, but you're retail establishing through eBay as the belt buckle specialist, one of them. I think it'd work. But now, I don't know, because questioning whether, and then you have to go, okay, so right now we're on this weird AI cusp, folks. We are. I'm just going to tell you. We're in this weird AI thing. And I hate using the term AI because, again, it's not that intelligent. It's not. But we're in this weird spot where every AI is a little different. Every AI kind of has its strength and it's where it's good at. And so if we're worried about things getting picked up by Google, shouldn't we be talking to Gemini? If we're worried about things getting picked up by eBay, then we should be using the eBay AI. It just, to me, that makes more sense because your search is going to be based on your AI writing stuff is going to be based on partially on the search as well. And maybe I'm totally off base here. I'm not an IT person. But what I'm saying also, though, the big thing is I don't think every eBay seller, I know Ben's and I do not, has this capability. Now, it may be through the phone. We don't know yet. But it's interesting to note that there is such out there. Because here's the thing. If we can get it, guess what? I recoup $19 a month.
I already paid for a year, but I don't know, that's fine. I've gotten 3,500 listings out of that $100, so I've done well, even if I don't do another one.
But see, that's going to kick the. So but here's the other thing, though. That's going to hurt all these other lister programs. Who
it will, or it won't, because it might be not. I mean, I didn't play with it. It might not be any good. It might not. I mean, if it's using eBay's information, not the rest of the world's information, that's a big difference.
Huge difference. And we know eBay is not the most accurate. It sat and argued with me the other day when I was doing my listings. It kept rejecting. Like I did it and it was like country of origin. For the particular item that I was putting in, it kept rejecting the country of origin. It was like telling me no. It was like bait, and it kept arguing based on, and literally, eBay was arguing based on this here, and it gave like all these different listings, so many number of listings. This item was made in, and I'm like, I'm looking at the package. I don't care. And I'm like, and so now the good thing about eBay is it was arguing with me, but it was easy to go, no, you're wrong. Yeah. Click, go with what I told you. It's even in the pictures. And I'll tell you what it was. It was one of these sockets, and it was arguing that it was made in China. And I'm like, it's not made in China. It's made in Taiwan. It literally says Taiwan. And if you say that's the same thing to a Taiwanese, you're probably going to get smacked.
Yeah.
So just like, yes, it said the same general area. That's like something made in Pakistan and you're claiming it's made in India or vice versa. They will not be happy about that. They do not like each other.
Well, we can't tell the
Anyway,
difference. So it
update
doesn't
on the
matter.
country of origin thing.
All right, what was that?
Anyway, eBay. Hey, country of origin thing. Update on the country of origin thing. It is amazing. Have you seen how that now is in
well,
everything?
It's going to be.
Like,
It-
we knew it was coming, folks. We warned you about it. We told you we're already seeing it. It's starting. It looks like it's starting to stop listings if you don't put it in, and it is, because it will not let you post it now. If you don't put the country of origin, it will not let you list it. It will actually hold it out. So there you go. Make sure you're putting country of origin. And now the big thing is, I don't think they're as strict about it. Because like that one we were talking about, we just put in China. Because everything's made in China these days, except for these sites. They're not strict on it. You do have to have something listed. Accuracy right now is not necessarily
Yeah. So the weird news that I saw this weekend, did you read any of about it? GameStop eyes to acquire eBay. I'm like, what? So GameStop, which I would think is defunct, right?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you if they're defunct or not. They're still around. So, are they a real profitable company? I don't know.
Must be more than eBay. That's the thing I didn't understand. I read a couple of articles on it. Yeah, it's like, the eBay. So I guess Chewy and a bunch of other companies are under GameStop, right? I don't know. That's confusing. I was trying to figure it out.
I don't. I'm not doing my research on GameStop. I'm not, because I'm not right now. I'm not doing anything when it comes to looking at those types of things. That's not my ball of wax right now.
Yeah.
Basically what I'm saying, folks, is yes, I am licensed, but I am not operating in that sphere right now. So I don't know what one company is doing versus other. The only thing I know is that my gas has gone up astronomically at the pump. And I keep hearing about how the Ayatollah doesn't care about his people, and I keep going, but I don't think he cares about us either. Because every time I try to fill my truck up, it's more expensive. But and that's part of why things are getting more expensive on eBay.
Yeah. So it doesn't.
But as we're going to say again,
with the potential acquisition of GME, GameStop, whatever, CEO effort to reshape GameStop.
So GameStop's buying out eBay?
They're worth $12 billion. eBay's worth $46 billion. You would think the bigger company would get involved, would own the smaller company. Yeah.
No, not always. Not always. In fact, I have seen that before. You had two companies, you can go look it up. You had two companies back in 2012 in a major insurance market. One was Aviva USA, owned by Aviva PLC out of England. And the other was Athene Life and Annuity Company. And Athene was about a fifth, approximately. I'm going to say probably a fifth. I may be wrong on that size, but they were way smaller than Aviva. And they borrowed the money and bought them. So I guess everything's for sale at the right price. And if you can acquire the money, you can have it.
I guess. Yeah, GameStop is preparing an offer. Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
What is Michael?
Michael Jackson, the king of pop. He made more money on owning people's catalogs than he ever made singing a single song.
The Beatles. Mm-hmm.
And he made a lot of money singing songs. Don't get me wrong. He made a lot of money singing songs. But he made more money borrowing and buying catalogs. Money and buying catalogs than he ever did off of his own records.
So, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting.
Didn't he own the Beatles?
For a while.
He owned the Beatles. He owned, who else was it he owned? He owns like Eminem, doesn't he?
Don't own shit.
Or did. I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't own it. You're right. He doesn't own it. He owns somebody famous, some famous rapper. But anyway, maybe he did own Snoop Dogg. I don't know. The catalog, folks. The catalog. I don't think I'm saying something I shouldn't be saying. Are you looking it up? You Googling that?
Yeah.
Random facts with pocket change.
ATV Publishing, which was owned by him, included 450 songs by the Beatles. He also owned the rights to Elvis Presley, the Rolling Stones, and Bob Dylan before merging with Sony in 1995 to form Sony ATV. So I guess he owned the company that owned the Beatles catalog and Bob Dylan, Rolling Stones, Elvis Presley. That's crazy.
You own a lot.
The final sale in 2016,
anyway.
7 years after his death, Sony paid $750 million to his estate to acquire the remaining 50% stake in Sony/ATV. So, yeah, he $750 million 7 years later. Yeah,
he made way more money. But anyway, back to eBay, folks. How can we make money on eBay? You said you sold a couple things this week. What was your favorite sell?
I sold a vintage 1956 Ford Thunderbird belt buckle. It was like the 30-year thing. It was like 1956 through 1986. 30 years. And I sold the belt buckle for like $25. It's a cool belt buckle. Yeah, I can show you.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's a cool old belt buckle.
This is a pretty cool belt buckle.
Yeah,
it looks like it was numbered, too.
And you can see that they originally sold for $20. It was number 368 of 1956. There was 1956 made. Yeah,
it's a pretty cool belt buckle. If you're into belt buckles,
you see here, it's got like you could like pull that thing out and just have it display it without putting it on. It had its own built-in stand. It's so cool. Yeah, kind of a neat belt buckle. Yeah,
that is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I sold a tap this week.
It's always good when you tap it.
So, another tap. Sold a tap. So, not doing too well here in April. I've done all right, but not the greatest. I sold another tap and made a little bit of money off of it. Nothing to sneeze about, but nothing to...
Yeah.
It was another $5 item. But for some reason, it was $10 for shipping.
Shipping is crazy, and that's the thing. I've went in and I got to relook at that because I have a bunch of stuff I'm shipping for $5.50, and then I went and shipped a video like that. One single DVD. It was bought going to Washington State, and it was $6.30 to ship it. Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at. I was at tap $10 and some cents. Some of it is starting to really not make any sense, folks. And here's the thing. I understand if we've inflated our weight. And back years ago, that's what I would do. That I would bump it up to the next category. Stop doing that. If you're doing that right now, stop doing that. I can tell you, I've sold way more stuff since I stopped doing that than I was selling before. I was doing that before thinking I would make more money because the weight would be a little bit more. But here again, what happened was two things. One, I lost sales because my shipping was higher than anybody else's. And two, I paid more in fees because there again, they charged a fee across the board. So I've done way better not having that. Take your weight, put it in the category it belongs in, leave it there. But there's some of these things that add up weird. And I was trying to see if maybe it was going through international. It's not. I don't know. And so it's just, it's crazy why that is even at $10. $10.32 for a tap. And it wasn't that heavy. I think it was the middle. Seems like it was like 7 ounces. Now, I do think it was going a long ways away. Let me see where it was going. If I look crazy, folks, it's because I'm basically trying to figure this out for you. Let's see, order details.
Yeah.
As soon as it pops up, I'll tell you. I don't think it was going that far away. It's not telling me right now. It's giving me he's giving me the guy's email and phone number, but it's not giving me where it was actually shipped to. Like I said, he paid $10.32 and I ended up with shipping label was a little over $6.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because, and I had the ounces here it's listed as 7 ounces, and so it was listed, and that's what it was. So I don't know why it was so high for him. It's crazy.
Your shipping's gone up, right? So the 8% coming into effect. So we're paying an 8% surcharge for gas. Gas keeps going up. I was out last week with my boss, running around all the stores in our area. We started on Tuesday, and gas here was like $4.04. And by the end of the day, Friday, we stopped to get gas at the same place, and it was $4.51. So it went up 50 cents this week. And they expect it to get to $5.
It's crazy.
Here, I mean.
I think it'll be more than that. It's crazy, and I think that's why we're getting a lot of this weird shipping. I think shipping right now on eBay, and if you're a buyer listening to us, here's the thing. I honestly think that shipping goes up daily on eBay. I don't know, because eBay's prices, and let's just call it what it is. eBay has their own pricing shipping. It's different. You can go directly to U.S. Postal Service and put in, and it will be different amount than eBay. Now, eBay is 99% of the time is cheaper. And here's the reason why. Because eBay gets some kind of discount. And those of us sellers like myself and Ben who ship directly through the eBay, eBay's not doing like Amazon. eBay's doing negotiated shipping prices with like United States Postal Service and all that. But it's funny because you can go to the Postal Service, and I don't know if the Postal Service changes every day, but eBay, I'm thinking right now, it changes every day. So if you're buying an item and waiting, you're looking at it going, I'm going to kind of decide. Understand shipping may go up 50 cents, may go up $1, may go up $2 between the time you look at it, put it on your wait list, and actually pull the trigger on it. And so unless you're buying from a shipper who does free shipping on their stuff, that should matter to you. And as a reseller, here's the thing, guys, I'm telling you right now, to compete, we're going to have to start going in and giving the discount, the negotiated prices more and more to the buyer, which is also important why we need to get our stuff up to at least $20 or whatever price point you're at. Your money.
I have a friend in L.A. He told me his gas was like $7.49 there. So it's nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you left California?
Might have to buy an electric scooter.
See, that's the thing. That's what's killing me, too. Wages have not increased. So even in California, wages have not gone up.
Yeah.
But gas has gone through the roof. I was talking to my son earlier, and he was like, a lot of people are starting to work more hours. They're working more hours. And one of the things that they said they're doing is they're working some overtime to pay to get to work. It's gotten crazy, but that's affecting eBay. It's affecting our shipping costs. It's affecting everything around the whole thing. So it's going to continue to. What about feedback? Any feedback to talk about this week?
I got 2, 3. Quick response. Perfect. Thanks. Amazing. All good. Those are my 3. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I jumped to 169, but I've not really gotten anything other than the automatic, which is now at 54. I did get one last week while I couldn't log in. I don't know if we talked about that, but it said exactly as described. Thank you. That was last week's. But this week so far, I've gotten nothing other than the automated feedback. But it does say I am at 169. I thought I was higher than that. I thought I was at 170.
I'm at 807. I thought I was above that too. But oh well.
I think, okay, so here's what I'm thinking is starting to happen, and we need to watch this, guys. But it used to be that your buyers, what you bought, feedback played into it as well. I think they've actually taken that out now. Because I'm pretty sure last week I was showing like 171, and then it dropped to 166, and now I'm back up to 169, and the reason is I have added 3 automated feedbacks. I'm pretty sure that they're starting to do something there. Because it used to be crazy how the feedback, how you could have a heck of a seller account by having a heck of a buyer account. You could go on and buy a bunch of stuff from people, and that number would go up. You get 100% positive feedback, and then you launch your seller store with 1,000 and 100% positive feedback. And everybody would be like, oh, he must be awesome. No, he just bought a bunch of stuff from people and got really great feedback from them. There's always a loophole to the system. But anyway, still don't like the way that feedback's done these days, but it is what it's not likely to change. Welcome to the new world. But I think we've covered everything there, right? We covered sell of the week, feedback of the week, talked a little bit about some news, a couple things around that, the whole eBay listing AI stuff, and the GameStop potentially purchase of eBay. I guess we're at a lot of our people's favorite part, which would be pick or pass.
What do you got?
While so here's what I'm going to do. So I've not had a chance to look it up yet, but out of the books I bought, and this one really shocked me. And some of you guys that are good friends of ours are going to really love this. This is an old book, Stamps and Baxter Music and Printing Company, and they had 3 locations: Dallas, Texas, Pangburn, Arkansas, and Chattanooga, Tennessee. But this is an old basically Christian hymnal paperback. And surprisingly, I know none of the songs in it. I was shocked. I know absolutely none of the songs in this. But it is definitely old. It is 1947, which is crazy. But here it is. It's called the Harmony Gems. I'm not sure we can even find that. And again, I'm not a book expert. Let's put Harmony Gems 1947. Nice. Oh, yeah, I found it. So I did find one result for it. Actually, just one result, and it is the exact same thing. Let's share it here. Let me share. Okay, here we go. Share. All right, so you guys, I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing. Yep. So right here, vintage 1947 Harmony Gems, Stamps, Baxter, Hymnal, Songbook, Shape Notes. Now, I hate to say this, but it does have shape notes in it. I didn't think mine did, but yes, it does. Many of you may not know what shape notes are, but they used to teach music by the shape of the note. Some notes would have would be a triangle. Some notes would be a circle. Some notes would be squared off. It just depends on what share. Let me see if the camera will show you. I don't know if you can see the different. Some of them are different size or different shapes, but it does have shape notes. So it says 1349 or best delivery. How much you want to bet there's not been a single one sold?
Probably, I would doubt it. Yeah, I would not doubt that.
Yeah, 0. 0 sold. So this gets into some other stuff that's not it. So, I don't know, Benz, would you have picked it or passed on?
It cost you, what, 10 cents?
Yeah, I got like 7.5 cents in it. I don't know, $13. That's what it's listed. I figure I'll list it for $9.99. No, I need to stay under the $13.47 just in case somebody wants it. I might go $12.99 just because then we're not below that $10 mark.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty neat book. It's neat to me that there's all this, and it's neat to me that this is actually Dallas, Texas, Pangburn, Arkansas, and Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's just really nice to see something from 1947 in this kind of shape. Especially music book. Music books they would be bent and everything. This one's not bent at all. Now the pages are a little brown on the edges, but there's no real staining. There's nothing, and it's paperback. Now you might get a tetanus from the way that they bound it together with staples, but it's a small price to pay for a hymnal that'll give you lockjaw. Anyway, you are now in the dark screen. You have gone over to the dark side. The force is no longer not with you.
I found this.
All right. Well, let's see what you found.
So
let's see if I would pick it.
I
can't see anything.
cow that says eat more chicken, like from Chick-fil-A. But when I look it up, it keeps showing me like 4-inch plushies. I can't find him. Like he's at least,
How big is he?
I don't know, 14 inches. He's a big one.
Again, I have to take your word for it. Yeah,
So,
like a girl when she's
let me
dating.
share.
The 4-inch ones I have seen before. The 14-inch one,
All right.
I don't know.
So can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you. Oh, wow. That's a large one.
I can't find it. I can find jumbo ones.
Is that...
Like if I put
Yeah,
large
there's a
jumbo,
36.
like this, that says 4-inch plush, and then they're little. So I don't know. I don't see another one just like this. Maybe this one, but it says 6-inch. I don't know. It's not a 6-inch plush. It's much bigger than that.
I honestly probably would pick it. For the right price, I probably would pick it. Now, I would give more than $1 for it.
You know, so there's 1,800 of them listed.
I mean,
but let's see if any of them sold.
1,800
One sold.
listed.
But not one. Look, there's one sold.
One? No, there's more than that. Okay, let's go back. Let's start over. Let's just do
here. This
eat
is
more
him
chicken
here.
plush
That's him
toys
right
or
there.
whatever. Or get the
Sold
size.
Chicken plush. So Chick-fil-A plush.
Yeah, but you don't want that. Yeah, you don't want that read description out there. Well, you forgot. You got Hick-fil-A, which is cool. You see what I'm saying up there? You got Hick-fil-A. I didn't know we were filleting Hicks, but yeah, it works. 1,800 plus results. All right, now let's see the solds. You still got 1,800 results, but let's see the solds now.
One.
But that's
Let's
not
just
true.
do plush cow.
We're looking right down there.
Cow. Eat more chicken. Sign. Take large out. 24. But they're little. Those are little bitty things. I don't know.
Scroll back up. How many did it say? So it says there's only 24.
Oh,
we know
that's
there's more
sold.
now. It's like
So
1,800.
sold out.
Okay, 24.
153. And that looks like him there.
But we'll figure it out on
You
that.
know what?
I mean,
it's
because
$5 item.
that's
right?
probably
So just throw it away. Yeah.
it is, and that's a
We're gonna put him
problem.
in
So
the,
it's a throwaway.
$2 box, and somebody will be excited to buy him for $2. But I think all these are.
It's roughly
Yeah,
16% sell through, right?
Mini. So I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, and sometimes the bigger ones, the smaller ones outsell the bigger ones. Sometimes the bigger ones outsell the smaller ones. If you remember that, what was it?
Yeah.
The one I had,
Yeah.
the Wonder Boy or whatever. I finally sold that one. That one sold, and I sent him out quick. But I gave away that whole box at the churchyard sale.
I don't have my phone.
Oh, look
here.
at there.
Yeah.
Marvel Terminator 2.
All right, stop.
But yeah, so the smaller one sold like crazy. I had the bigger one, and it didn't sell worth a doodle. So sometimes you got to wonder about that.
So that's this week.
Not
nothing exciting.
I don't know. 16% sell through.
$5. All right, let's move on.
That's what I mean. I'm setting at $12.99 with a zero. With don't know if it'll sell or not.
Yeah, for $12.99.
But I'm going to list it because who knows? I mean, put it $12.99 and throw it in there. It's pretty lightweight too, since it's not a hardback. So there's your pick or pass, folks. Here's the cool thing about this: the way we're doing it this time, you cannot look stuff up before.
You never could before. I think somebody was. I'm just saying. No, I would never looked it up.
Yeah, you jumping in there with 250 and 500% sell items. I never had anything like that.
I just got lucky.
Okay,
No.
we're looking it up, folks. Here cheating. He was the one who showed me how to look it up on the phone.
You had to learn how to look it up. Good Lord.
But the idea here is pick or pass.
Yeah.
We're old school doing it. We don't know anything about it except that, hey, this should potentially sell. And so it's interesting. I got a box of books. He's got a couple items, a few items. It's been interesting to see. Like I told him, I said, I know how that box of books, the Bible, will make my money back more than likely. Now, it may not. More than likely it will.
I was going through, one of the things gone through the garage, I found a book, a bunch of books I bought. A bunch of them were junk. I threw them out. But there was a Greek translation Bible in there. which it seemed to be worth something. And then there was some Sunday school, like it's like a set of 5, and they're Sunday school books, like to use to teach. Those seem to have some value. And then there was a hymnal.
Depends on what they are.
And it was old. Yeah. It was worth like $3. I'm like, because apparently there's a lot of hymnals.
Churches get rid of them all the time just to update the cover. Yeah, hymnals aren't. You would think hymnals are worth money, folks. I can tell you the standard hymnals are not. So they're just not.
But I'm sure. Look at them though, because it could be one that was different. You know. Yeah.
Well, like this here, what intrigued me, I knew this was a hymnal book, but what intrigued me was, okay, number one, this is not I can tell that this is not really what we call a pew hymnal. So I'm not going to really go into the differences there, folks, but you need to look up, if you want to look at some of this stuff, you need to look up the difference between like choir hymnals. This was probably a choir hymnal, just to be honest with you. But you can look up what pew hymnals are. They're the hymnals that stuck in the pews. If you don't know what they are, if you grew up in southeast part of the country in the Bible Belt and you went to church, you know what a pew hymnal is. But there are different ones, and every denomination had their ones, and they're all basically the same. And from what I gather, they're not worth all the money. But if they're from way back when, maybe they are. I don't know. Our resident book advisor would be the better one to talk about that. Maybe we can have him on and talk about books since he loves them so much. Or if he's watching, hey man, just put in the comment, are hymnals worth anything? Are pew hymnals, any pew hymnals worth anything? Because every one I've ever looked at was worth less than $5. We're talking usually 99 cents to $3.
All right, so our eBay commercial of the week. You ready?
Sure, let's watch our eBay commercial of the week. Y'all ready for this, folks?
It's from
Is this a new one or old one?
Where will I find it?
When you can't seem to find a baseball that's been signed, that's on eBay. A new toy you can wind, a men's suit that's silk lined, that's on eBay. Phones that ring, organize a thing, jazz or swing, nice bling, that's on eBay. Buy today and it's on its way. Other users say you will feel okay, that's on eBay.
I do remember that one.
I remember that one, believe it or not. I remember that one. Mostly because it's a rewrite of a catchy song.
Well, that's our eBay commercial of the week.
Especially Lady and the Tramp. That's all I'm going to say, folks. Go watch Lady and the Tramp. Every time I hear that song, it reminds me of Lady and the Tramp.
I found a bunch of VHS tapes.
Oh, let's see them talking about, right?
It might have been. I found a bunch of VHS that were sealed, and one of them was Lady and the Tramp. I've got it sealed, and then the stuff I found today. And a bunch of other sealed VHS. I found a bunch of really good stuff. So now I got a list. But
I found a bunch of good stuff that, I bought a while back and I just never put really out there, folks.
Actually, Lady and the Tramp might not make my $20. It's definitely not a $20 thing, but I'll probably still list it. I'll still list it.
Nah. It's not a $20 item. It's probably more like a $5 to $8 item. You probably have to double it up. It might be worth more being VHS. But I'm going to say $10 or less. For sure.
$699. I mean, that Lady and the Tramp seal.
No way. You better share that. I'm calling BS on that. That must be some kind of rare production and sealed and graded and everything.
It's a lot.
It must be graded. Either that or that's some kind of drug trafficking scam.
That's why you have to do your due diligence, because it's definitely not worth $699.
It is not, folks. I'm going to tell you right now. If you pay $699 for that, I'll tell you what. I will sell you my whole house. If you're willing to pay $699 for Lady and the Tramp, we got something. I will make you a real deal on my entire contents of my house, and all.
So here's more like what it's worth: $559.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They meant to put
$6.99.
$6.99 and put $600.
$8. It's not. It's a $10 item.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's under $10. And I was right on the money, too. I said between 5 and 7, didn't I? Boy, look at that. You have to double that one up. You got to put it with another one.
Hey, I got that. They had a bunch
Another
of
Disney
that
one.
were sealed. I don't know where I got them, but that and then the other sealed VHSs. So that's when I was super into them. They don't hardly sell. They were selling really good for a while, and they pretty much that market's pretty much died out. So
it seems to be the story. A lot of the story on a lot of things that Ben's has got is it sells hot. He buys a few. It sells really hot. He buys a few more. Sells really hot. He buys a ton of them and never lists them. And by the time he gets around to it, the market just goes.
That's why I'm changing my whole thing here. I'm going to take all my junk and resell it at the flea market or donate it or get rid of it. And I'm going to buy and list that week. That's my goal.
Ben's is the Funko Pop man. He's probably got enough Funko Pops that he could open his own retail store and fully stock it with Funko Pops.
Well, I'm sure that
you had crap
all my
ton of
Funko Pops that I have are in those 4 boxes on that shelf over there. That's all I got left.
I don't
those are all the
believe
Funko Pops I have.
I don't believe it.
You're right. There's probably more somewhere.
I was going to say, I'm guessing that there is a crate somewhere or a box somewhere that has 400
I have no idea what's in my
more
storage units,
Funko
and
Pops.
that's where I need to go to. Now I'm just trying to fix the garage and then start working it this way. So,
It's no idea what's in the storage units, folks. It is a free
if you're
market.
in the Tampa area and you're looking to start reselling, I can help you get a lot of junk for your store.
He will sell you one of his whole storage based on you make him an offer. He has no idea longer what's in there.
My own auction.
God.
It would be like what's that? What? Yeah, sorry to hear about that guy. He died. The one guy from the auctions. Daryl Sheets. Is that his name? You ever watch that show?
I don't know. No, I haven't. I've never watched that show.
It was him and his son. He just passed away. So
for a minute there, I thought you was going to say you're sorry about the country singer that passed away. Huh? You didn't know the late terrible David Allen Coe who was passed away?
I think because in my mind he was already dead, but you know. Yeah. I mean, I love David Allen.
I mean, we're all surprised that God left him here till 90 because he was born in like 1936, so he's 90 years old. What's funny about that, folks, is I asked my accountant wife this morning. I was like, "So how old would that make him?" She's like, "Duh, 36, 26, 90." I was like, "Duh." I was trying to figure out be like 74 years to 2000. She's like, "No. It's 10 under 36. I was like, oh, I'm doing that Common Core math.
You done learn your kids' math, which is broke. Go back to your own math.
Yeah. She's like, 100 would be 2036. Like, oh, stop. It sounds like so long a time. You're reading up on David Allen Coe's death? 39. Okay.
So
well, I was
let
off
him
a
live
little
to
bit.
be 87.
Anyway.
That's still fair.
87. All I know is he had one decent song.
Swinging.
Nope. That Swinging is John Anderson. The best song, the only song David Allen Coe had, you can hate me, folks, but Jack Daniels, If You Please, is the only real good song that man ever really had.
Don't ever call me by my name. That's my favorite song of his.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, that's the one that everybody knows. But Jack Daniels, If You Please, is...
All right. Personal favorite.
But I think it's the best song he ever did. It's really the only one. You got to be careful, though. So many of his other songs
really liked that song. And
of...
I was like, I bought a CD and put it in, and I was riding down the road, and I'm like, holy crap, I need to not play this out loud. He was an extremely racist, sexist son of a bitch. He was.
He was terribly. He hated. He was very prejudiced. I guess a lot of things. He was definitely not one Johnny Cash bragged about helping get out of prison.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for wasting another hour with us. It's been a great time.
We're ending on that. We are appreciative. We are appreciative, folks. If you've been here, hope you've gotten some information. Hope you
today. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Grab some things. Yeah. No, I think there's a lot in there for them. There's a lot of news this time. We actually had some news this time. I'm curious to see if GameStop does buy eBay. What changes will happen?
I was reading a bunch of articles about it. It really didn't make any sense to me. Why?
I don't know, because GameStop is going into selling a lot. At least the one here in this area now sells a lot of vintage games. They don't sell a whole lot of the new stuff. They've gone to really selling a whole lot of vintage game consoles and all that stuff. And so that it may be a match made in digital heaven, as they say. But that's our show for you, folks. We're glad you're here. Thanks to us run our mouth for the last hour.
See ya. Don't take any wooden nickels.